Okay, hello, everybody. Welcome to our Beach Connection session today, this afternoon, with our Parking and Transportation Services team. We're really excited to have you all joining us. Thank you so much for making the time to jump on this afternoon and chat with us. So if you haven't already met me, my name's Nina Luxon, but if you went to Parent and Family Orientation, you likely already have met me. I am the program coordinator for new student and family programs, and I work with parents and family members throughout the summer, throughout the academic year. So we have coordinated these Beach Connection sessions as information for you all to utilize throughout the year. So we're really excited to have you all here for our Parking and Transportation Services presentation. How today is going to kind of function is we will start with a presentation from our Parking and Transportation Services team that we have here with us today. And after that, we will be able to answer questions. If you all have questions, please submit them through the bottom. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you will see where it says Q&A. Please submit your questions through the Q&A box, not the chat box. The chat box will not be monitored for questions. It will only be that Q&A box. So please make sure to only submit questions through the Q&A box at the bottom if you have them, and they will be answered near the end of today's presentation. After we answer those questions in the Q&A box, we will be on here for a little bit answering some of the questions live, and then we will end it all off. But with that, we'll go ahead and officially begin. Again, if you have questions, please submit them in the Q&A box. I will be here, but I will now hand it off to Parking and Transportation. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chad Keller. I'm a communication specialist with parking operations. I'm also joined by Evelyn Lucero Frias, who is the operations manager with Parking and Transportation Services. What I'm going to do right here is share my screen, but I do need to switch the display settings so you're not seeing the preview. You're seeing the full presenter mode. So I believe that looks the right way. Evelyn, let me
Yes,
know.
you're
Okay, we're
good.
good. We're good. Okay, so again, those are our names, and what we plan to do is just give a short presentation, but we want to leave plenty of time for questions. So we'll kind of move through our slides relatively quickly, and then if you do have questions, put them in the Q&A box, or you can ask us at the end of the presentation. So what we're going to talk about today is parking fees. We're going to talk about driving to campus. We're also going to talk about not driving to campus, alternatives to driving, and the discounted programs that we have for that. If we have time at the end and there's curiosity, we might do a Beach Go demo, but otherwise we're just going to jump right into questions. So parking is one of the most talked about topics on campus. You know, we get a lot of questions, we get a lot of interest in our department. And the reason is 100% of students will travel to campus at some point. Even if they're a hybrid student or a fully online student, eventually they're going to make their way to our campus, either to buy a book or to get an ID card or pick up their cap and gown, but everyone is coming here at some point. So if the people that choose to drive to campus, we want them to know how to park, how to get a permit, where to park, where is the easiest place to park, where not to park, so you can avoid a citation. We have a number of students that choose not to drive to campus. They take one of our many sustainable transportation methods of getting to campus, including biking, bus, even walking and carpooling. And we'll get into those later, but that's why it's just one of the things that are top of mind right after tuition is the parking and transportation, how to get to and from our campus. The other reason it's really important for first-year students is it'll typically be a new concept. Maybe they went to another place where there was no fee for parking. Here we have a fee for parking on campus, and it affects on-time class attendance, overall academic success, and stress and quality of life. So that's why we like to make sure every student has the information they need to be successful. So one question we get all the time is, why do I need to pay for parking? The answer to that lies in this education code here. It outlines the financial structure of parking and transportation services throughout the Cal State system. So we are mandated to support ourselves. The education code splits the finances of the tuition and the academic expenses, and then everything that's considered not essential to going to class and getting a degree. And living in Southern California, we might argue with parking being a necessity to getting this degree, but the chancellor's office didn't see it that way. Other things that fall into that category are a gym on campus, the Student Recreation and Wellness Center, and a student union. All those things are considered extra, and there's different things that support them that are outside the tuition. So we don't take from tuition money, and tuition money can't pull from parking fees in order to supplement some other expense. Those are two separate pots of money, and that's typically where most of our confusion comes from. So these are our sources of revenue. We also publish our finances online every year. We're a very transparent organization. 86% of our income comes from the sale of permits. So permit sales is the lion's share of our revenue and how we pay our expenses. Only 6% from citations, actually, and then we have a little 2%, 2.1% coming from miscellaneous areas like space rentals or sustainable transportation types of payments. Again, no tuition, no state funding or student fees come to us for parking. We're completely supported by the revenue we get from mainly permit sales and these other sources. We have restrictions on our revenue. We cannot make a profit. We get that comment a lot too, that you guys are just trying to get rich off our money. You're taking our money and giving yourself pay raises with it, or we're not allowed to do that. We're not a profit department on campus. If we raise enough money to meet our expenses, we just freeze the fees and we don't increase them for the next year, but we break even every year. So fees, our goal is to set fees as low as possible without operating at a loss. So we just want to meet our expenses. And I'm going to hand it over here to Evelyn, who's going to talk about different aspects of driving to campus.
Thank you, Chad. So yes, driving to campus, we have different lots around campus. We have the general lots, which are all of them have a big monument sign in the entrance of each lot, and they have a G. Those are where our students can normally park or visitors or guests during the day. We also have the employee lots, which have the E at the beginning of the entrance of every lot. And then we have two resident lots for those that are living on campus. Those are specifically for those students. Employee lots become general lots after 5:30 p.m. so students can actually park there as well as during the weekends. But during the day, before 5:30 p.m., during the week, students need to park in just the general lots. We have here kind of like a map that shows where we have the general lots. So more of like all the yellow that you see in this is where the general lots are located. However, we do see a small yellow that's kind of like an upper campus side. That one is short term only, and that is for visitors or those that decide to park on campus for a short period of time. So students are not allowed to park there with a student permit. There's a separate permit that's needed for that, and it's a short term permit. All the blue ones are employee lots, and again, those become available for students after 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then during the weekend, all the lots become available, all the employee lots become available for students as well. So most of our student lots are what we call the lower campus, and then in upper campus, we don't have a lot of space for parking lots, which is why most of our lots are in the lower campus. And then we also have the resident lots that are near the housing areas. And then on the kind of on the left side that you see that P with the red, that's our beachside residence hall. I don't know if you're familiar. We do have enough campus locations for residents, and it's called beachside. And that one also has a certain number of spaces for beachside students to be able to park there. And we also have jurisdiction from that lot. So with that, I do want to talk about the different types of permits that we currently have. Now, everyone that parks on campus, it is required to have a permit at all times. Parking on campus is enforced 24 hours, 7 days a week. So if anyone that visits campus needs to pay for parking. As I was talking about, we do have short-term permits, we have daily permits, we have the weekend evening permits that it's a discounted rate of the daily permits after 5:30 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. And then for our students, we offer different types of permits. We have the monthly permit, which is $57. It goes from the first day of the month to the end of the month. And then our semester permit, it's $259. I'll talk a little bit more about what the overflow permit is. And then we have the academic year permit, it's 518. And a resident permit for those students that are actually living on campus, it's 311 because it includes overnight, right? Our residents need to leave their cars on campus and they're here like 24/7. It is very important that if a student is bringing a car to campus, that they consider the different options for parking permits. And we always recommend for students to get a semester or an academic year permit because it is a cheaper option. And then they also tend to forget to renew their permits if they end up doing monthly or daily and they are at risk of getting a citation. We don't want anyone to receive a citations. We just want everybody to be able to park on campus and do not have to worry about buying a permit. So it is really important that everybody that drives to campus understands that they do need to have a valid parking permit. Now, the I was talking about the different options, and one option that we have is the overflow lot. So during the first 8 weeks of the fall semester, and parking is very impacted on campus. There's a lot of traffic. We do have a lot of students on campus trying to figure out their classes for the beginning of the semester. So you do see a higher amount of people visiting the campus, which is why we have an overflow lot where we recommend students to get a permit from. This is $180. So it's a discounted rate versus the $259. And for the first 8 weeks of the semester, students can park at this location. This year will be at the Cottonwood Church in Los Alamitos, which is about 5 miles away from campus. So it's about 10, 15 minutes with traffic. And what happens is we will have shuttles every 20 minutes that will bring students from the overflow lot to campus and vice versa. Shuttles will be running from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So what happens with this permit? Students are able to park in the overflow lot Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 5:30, but then they can park on campus Friday, Saturday, and Sunday following the student permit regulations as the other regular student permits. It is really important that if you have classes or the students have classes during the day between the 7:30 and 5:30 p.m. that they consider this option as it is very helpful to be able to get an overflow permit and not have to deal with the traffic or trying to find parking or struggling with trying to come into campus and leave campus because of the amount of people that we have at the beginning of the semester. So if classes fall within these hours, we recommend that everyone gets an overflow permit. Again, it's $180, so it is cheaper than the regular semester. And what happens after the 8 weeks? Well, after October 16, the permit becomes valid on campus just as a regular student permit. So then all of our students are coming back to park on campus that we're parking in the overflow lot. And they can just continue to park here because it will be less traffic on campus. So we recommend that if anyone that fits between those hours that they get an overflow lot permit. And they take the shuttle back and forth. We provide a little sticker that they put in the back on their ID that they can use to ride the shuttle and to come back from the lot. It's just less traffic. It is faster for the students sometimes to get to campus than having to come in and trying to get through all the traffic on campus because it gets very congested. It is very impacted at the beginning of the semester. So it is another option that we have to offer students to kind of not have to deal with all the congestion on campus. And then for those that decide to not drive and that they want to be drop off on campus, we do have different drop off zones, locations on campus. However, there is this typical location, the west turnaround that you see here where the Go Beach sign is. This is not a pickup drop off at any time. This is only for buses and shuttles to stop there. So we please recommend everyone to not drop off and pick up in this location because there are citations that are being issued right now if there are regular vehicles parked there when they're obstructing the buses from stopping by. But we do have official zones for drop off and pickup around campus, and this one's right here. The ones that we're showing in the map are drop off locations. They all have signs, and they have kind of like a curb area where you can go in and drop off and then leave. They all have this D numbered signs, D1, D2. Everyone can come in, drop off, and pick up in these areas. They are designated for that. Now, if you have to drop off or pick up someone, but they're still a few minutes away, or maybe they're still waiting for their class to end, they can go to the south turnaround, where we have 15-minute waiting cell phone area spaces. Is what we call it. You don't need to pay for parking to park there, but you do have to stay in your car. So what you do is you go and park there, you wait for your student to get out of class, and then once the student gets out of class, then you go and get closer to the drop-off area where they are nearby, and then at that point you can pick them up. So if you need to wait, you don't wait at the drop-off pickup zones. You can go to this 15-minute waiting spots without having to pay for parking. As long as you're inside your car, you're able to utilize those spots.
All right. So back to me here for license plate recognition. Um, Pre-pandemic, we switched over to a completely digital form of permitting. Before that, we had stickers for student vehicles, we had plastic hang tags for employee vehicles, and it was just kind of a dated system. So we upgraded to this new system called license plate recognition, where we don't issue any permits. Your license plate will function as your parking permit. So everything's online. You purchase your permit, enter your vehicle information online, attach that vehicle to a permit. And once we have your license plate information, we can tell if there's a permit attached to that vehicle or not. So it's much faster, but it also reduces a mountain of paper and plastic waste that the campus was accumulating every year. So that's some of the statistics over there, 425,000 paper permits and receipts and things that were issued from pay stations, stickers, plastic hang tags, the envelopes that were used to mail these things. That all went away with the virtual system. But sometimes we get the question of, where's my permit? I purchased it. I need to go to class tomorrow. It hasn't arrived yet. And we just like to, reiterate, it's okay. As soon as you bought your permit and attached a vehicle to it, it's ready to use. Your license plate is the permit. So that's kind of that system and how that functions. We allow one primary vehicle per permit, but that vehicle can be switched out at any time through our online portal. If the student needs to switch vehicles or has a rental car, there was an accident and they had to switch cars, the vehicle can be switched out at any time. So that's kind of what the license plate readers look like. They're attached to the top of our enforcement vehicles, and they patrol the lots like that, where they can see if the vehicle has a valid permit or no valid permit or has something else going on with it. The other thing we like to tell people is follow us on social media. We do this parking tips series at the beginning of every semester to get students up to speed with different parking hacks on campus and tips and tricks to navigate the campus successfully. You can also send us a direct message on any of our social media channels. We're on X, Instagram, and TikTok. And it works just like a live chatbot. You send us the question through social media, we'll answer it. One of our staff will answer that question. So that's kind of what the parking tip series looks like. And we put that out at the beginning of each semester. Some of the tips we cover in that series is upper and outer. So what typically happens is the lots closest to the center of campus fill up first early in the morning, and they just kind of make their way out to the edges of campus. So if students come later in the day, they're probably going to be somewhere in the outer edges or the upper floors of the parking structures. However, I personally survey the lots at the beginning of each semester, and I'm always really surprised that there's hundreds of spaces on top of the parking structure that are not parked in, but students will be circling a different full lot waiting for a space to open and typically miss their class or arrive late to class. So we say, don't circle a lot that's already full. Go ahead and move to a nearby outer lot or one of the upper floors of any of the 3 parking structures, and you're typically going to find an abundance of parking. You can park right away and get right to class. The other question is about employee lots. Evelyn was showing you that map. So, we have those lots designated for employees, but only during the middle of the week during working hours. So after 5:30, all the lots on campus become student lots other than those 2 resident lots. And students can park closer if you have evening classes or just want to move your car forward if you're at the library, and all day on Saturday and all day on Sunday. So that's a really good thing to know. You don't have to park in those faraway lots. If you're here on the weekends, all the employee lots flip over to student lots at that time. The first 4 weeks of campus or of the semester, we see a lot more vehicle traffic on campus for a variety of reasons. There's more people on campus doing administrative tasks like paying for their tuition or stopping by the financial aid office, buying books, getting an ID card. But after the first 4 weeks, you'll see that drop off quite a bit. Before it drops off, we tell students, please plan ahead. Arrive early, plan a little extra time because it'll be historically more busy during those first 4 weeks than it will be the rest of the semester, but plan ahead. Another program we have is donations for citations. Rather than paying a citation in full, should somebody get cited, you can donate to the ASI food pantry for food insecure students in lieu of paying your citation fee in full. You can do that once a year, but we have a program that was started for that, and there's more information on our website about that program. The shuttles are free. We also get questions, can I ride the shuttle? Do I have to pay for something? All shuttles are free for students and staff. You just show your student ID card and you can board any of our shuttles. They run Monday through Thursday for the on-campus shuttles. The beachside shuttle also runs on Friday. We have a app, the Passio Go app, where you can see every shuttle that's running, its current real-time location, and even how full that shuttle is. It'll say 45% full, 65% full, and that can help you plan your shuttle trip. We also have this new Beach Go app, which we're excited to talk about. It's a commute planning app. It can match you with a carpool partner if you want to carpool to campus. We have other students who've created accounts. They're verified students. If you're not a student, you won't be able to access this app. And it's only students matching with students and employees matching with employees. So those 2 groups of people are segmented. They can't match student to employee, but it's a really helpful app. It can match to all kinds of sustainable transportation resources. And if we have time, we'll go over that later, but it is free. And the last thing we want to tell students is that monthly permits do expire. So if you plan to be here for the whole semester, like Evelyn was saying, it might not be a good idea to buy the parking 1 month at a time because students tend to forget. They get busy with their classes and they don't buy the next month. So if you're already committed to the whole semester, just buy the whole semester at once. There's not really a discount to buying monthly. It's just the semester permit divided by 5. And the semester permit is just those months, times 5. So it just allows you a little bit more flexibility to buy them in increments. But if you're going to be here for that amount of time, we recommend the semester or the full academic year permit to avoid those citations for forgetting. So again, this is kind of what we see, very full surface lots and very empty parking structures on the top floors. And I'll show you another version. So this is 10:45 a.m. on a Thursday. I'm guessing that was maybe the first week or second week of the semester in 2023. And you'll see that that's about as peak time as we can get, 10:45 on a Thursday. And you'll just see hundreds of empty spots on the upper floor of the parking structure, but the surface lots will be full. So we say, don't circle that full lot, just go directly to where you can find parking and head over to class. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about not driving to campus and why you might choose to do that. Again, not every student that attends Cal State Long Beach drives. A lot of students choose not to drive for various reasons. One of the reasons is it's less expensive. So permit fees, you don't even have to talk to us. If you're not going to drive in the parking lots, you don't have to pay for a permit. So you can skip over that. And just the general high cost of vehicle ownership in general. Gas, a little bit less expensive now. At the time we made the presentation, it was around $4.50, and all the additional fees that come with cars, car payments, insurance, registration, the maintenance, any kind of accidents or vandalism and stuff. You can get around that with one of these sustainable transportation programs that we subsidize and make easier for students to use. You can also skip traffic and hunting for a parking space. There's quick access to upper campus, which a lot of students enjoy, where the buses, they drop off right on the upper campus. There's no walking from the lower campus lots to the upper campus. They'll drop you right there. And with the new Beach Go app, it's become easier than ever to find one of these sustainable transportation modes and where it is and how you can use it. That app gives step-by-step instructions on, turn left, get the 121. It'll take you for 25 minutes. It's just a really great app. There's a lot of discounts for not driving. These are some of them. For the bike share, those are these blue rental bikes that you'll see around campus and throughout the city of Long Beach. It's called Long Beach Bike Share. We have 8 stations on campus with bikes for students to rent and use. You can take them off campus, you can rent one off campus and ride it onto campus and park it. And with the bike share for all, I think it's $5 a year for that program, and you get up to 3 hours of riding time per day. So it's a really great deal. We also have the Long Beach Transit bus passes that are discounted up to 70% off for the 150-day passes. Zipcar is a rental car service that we provide to people that maybe want to live a car-free lifestyle but need a car for a weekend trip, or you want a car to pick up a large piece of furniture, but you don't want to necessarily own that car. You just want to rent it temporarily. Well, we provide 4 of those cars on campus. You can rent them either by the hour or by the day. And there's more information about those on our website. There's an 80% discount for those. If you have a low emission vehicle or an EV, you can charge that vehicle on campus at a discount. For carpooling, you can choose to split the expenses of driving to campus and gas and things like that. You can also enjoy the carpool lane. So there's discounts if engaging in carpooling. Walking is free. We think within 2 miles of campus is a realistic walking distance. And it would be a different story if we were a very hilly city, but Long Beach is very flat and the weather is very mild. It's not Minnesota or in New York, so we don't get a lot of snow. It's a very walkable city, and walking is a commute option that students might consider. Our shuttles are free, and the 8 pick up and drop off zones for picking up and dropping off. There's just a picture of one of the 9 Long Beach Transit bus lines that comes directly onto our campus. Those are listed on our website. There's the image of the tap card being used on the right and students riding Long Beach Transit. These are pictures of the zip cars. If you've never seen one before, we have 2 in lot G6 and 2 in lot E2. And again, they're there available for rent by the hour or by the day. So some of the big takeaways that we talked about: 100% of the students are affected with traveling to campus because 100% will eventually travel here. So learning how to do that effectively is a very important way of reducing your stress and kind of learning how to navigate the campus successfully. And it often makes more sense than you might think to consider sustainable transportation first before buying that parking permit. Lots of discounts and free services for students. I like to say never pay full price as a student. There's always some kind of student discount, whether we provide that or just the organization provides that on their own, such as Orange County Transit Authority and LA Metro. There's always a student price. So please take advantage of those special pricing. If you have any questions about how to access them, just ask us. We have a website called Ride that details everything we've just said. You can just Google it, ask AI these days, send us a direct message, email us, call us, send us a smoke signal, something, but we have the information. We can help you. We love to help students match with their discounts. And the new Beach Go app. That's kind of what it looks like, the Beach Go app, if you're curious. Like I said, it's a commute assistance navigation app, but rather than get into that in detail, I just wanted to kind of pause here for some questions, and we can start answering questions that you might have.
Perfect. Sorry. We've got a couple of questions in the Q&A that we've answered on the back end, but it might be helpful to just kind of say them out loud as well. So one of the questions was for weekend or evening rates of $10. Does that end at 11:59 p.m. every day, or is it a one-time fee of $10 from Friday 5:30 p.m. to Sunday?
So that is, it's like a daily permit, but less. So that the evening and weekend is a reduced rate because you're buying less of the day. So if you come before 5:30, it's 15. If you show up on campus after 5:30, it's 10. The weekends are typically less parking demand on campus, so it's 10. So that's kind of the idea. It's basically a daily permit, but not as expensive. But they all end at midnight.
Awesome, thank you. Another question that we had was with having a permit, is it a guarantee that they will get parking on campus?
So, kind of like those pictures I told you, yes, you will get parking because I haven't seen us hit parking capacity at all, except for maybe one day last fall because it was week of welcome and we had a lot of vendors on campus and everything. But typically, there's always empty spaces. It's just where are those empty spaces located? So, as of right now, if you buy a parking permit, you will get a parking space. If you get here early, it'll be someplace in the front. If you get here a little bit later in the day, it's going to be one of those upper floors or somewhere in the outer lots, but you will find parking.
Thank you. Another question, it says, who is the license plate data shared with? Are there any external entities that can access that data?
Not at all. It's all secured. It's only used within our T2 enforcement system. But yes, that license plate information is all protected. It's only used within it's a kind of a closed system used to verify parking permits, and then it's purged. Correct me if I'm wrong, Evelyn, but
Yeah, no,
that's
you're correct.
Okay, thank you. Another question, is there a shuttle going to the circle?
no, there is not. So our only off-campus shuttle services the Beachside campus, and that is a shuttle where Beachside residents get priority. Historically, if there is open space, it will let other students on there, but it's not a reliable way of getting to campus. You'd rather just take one of those other forms of transportation because that's typically to get students to and from the Beachside campus who live at Beachside but have classes on the main campus.
Perfect. Another question was, do students need their cars to get to each class, or can they park and walk from class to class? Like, what is the best way, I guess, to navigate campus in that way?
Yes, park and walk up or park and use one of the free shuttles. They run Monday through Thursday starting at 7:30 a.m. all the way till I want to say 10 p.m., 11. I think it's 11 Monday through Thursday for the all campus trippers. So they start pretty early, they end pretty late at night, and you would not need to drive to its campus is I think 10 minutes from one side to the other depending on your speed. It's a walkable campus.
Thank you. Another question says, what if we have two different vehicles that may be driven alternatively based on family needs?
Can you say that again? It kind of cut out.
Yeah, it says, what if we have two different vehicles that may be driven alternatively based on family needs?
Right. So if you do have to alternate between vehicles, you can switch them at any time. So that's kind of the process for that, but it's just one vehicle at a time. So a lot of times I like to remind people that before this, we did have sticker permits for students. And with the technology, we briefly had the ability to have multiple vehicles listed on a permit, but it just created a number of problems for the campus in different ways. So it's down to one primary vehicle, but that's as much as we can offer is kind of if you need to use a different vehicle, feel free to delete that vehicle, add the new one you will be driving, and then use that one. But there is a bit of a manual entry and deletion, and if you want to be switching vehicles per permit.
Awesome. Another question kind of following up with that. Where does the student change their license plate for their permit when needed? Is it somewhere in their portal?
The online parking portal, yes. You can change that at any time. It's a chiclet on their SSO. It's also, there's links on our website that'll take you there. It's also parking.csulb.edu. It's just the online software that everybody logs into, and you can go into that software, click on vehicles, you'll see the vehicle that's listed. And if you want to add a new one, you can delete that vehicle and just add in the license plate for the new one.
Awesome. Thank you. Another question that we've received, is there overnight parking for bicycles and e-bikes?
Evelyn, do you want to speak to that?
So we have bike racks around campus where the students can, lock their bikes to, but we also know that there's bike cages in housing areas where those are run by the housing department. Um, But if as long as they're locked and they're set up in the bike racks, they will be okay to be able to park there. We have over 1,600 rack spaces around campus in different locations.
Thank you. Somebody asked, do you have to purchase both an overflow and semester permit?
No, you do not. Please don't do that. So the overflow is your semester permit. It just it's shifting vehicles off of campus for those first 8 weeks when we know the demand is high. But that is your permit. So if you purchase an overflow permit, please read all the terms and conditions because it's going to require you to park in that overflow lot for 8 weeks, and it'll tell you the other conditions for that discount. But after 8 weeks, just bring that vehicle back on campus. It turns into a normal student semester permit at that point, expiring in January.
Awesome. Another question. It says, will the shuttle be available through the summer, or when does the student shuttle become available?
Whenever classes are in session, the shuttles are running. Whenever classes are not in session, the shuttles typically do not run. So that's holidays. So that's a good rule of thumb. So do they run during winter break or the summer? We don't have shuttle services in the summer because the demand is so low and the cost is so high to run them. So they run in fall semester, spring semester during the time that classes are happening. So not the week before classes. As soon as that Monday, August 25th, they'll start running at 7:30 a.m.
Perfect. Another question, it says, if students will be flying home during breaks, are they able to leave their car on campus? Does security regularly monitor the lots?
Send that to Evelyn.
Yes. So during winter break, we allow resident students to leave their cars on campus. They do have to sign a waiver, though, that the university is not responsible in case something happens. Um, we consider the campus to be very safe, but we can be responsible for the vehicles if something were to happen to them. But they are able to leave them during the winter break only.
Okay. Um, Somebody asked, I think again, regarding shuttles, are they available on the weekends?
Monday through Thursday, and the beachside shuttle runs on Friday. Oh, actually, does all campus tripper run on Friday as well, Evelyn?
Yes, it does all day.
So yeah, my mistake, I misspoke. So Monday through Friday, they'll be on campus shuttle services, and the beachside shuttle will be running, but not on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Another question, it says, was it mentioned that the Beach Go app provides traffic strategies for students driving cars from downtown to campus?
BeachGo will teach you all the ways to get to campus without driving, but it's not necessarily like a driver wayfinding tool. That's more of the Google Maps area. But what it does tell you is if there's carpool partners nearby your location, and you can match with them and message them, or if you are looking for public transportation, it'll just tell you all the different ways of getting to campus from where you're located. So, and not necessarily where the best traffic is, but it'll show you all the different sustainable transportation. Even there's a nearby bike share station. This is the safest biking route from your location. This is the safest walking route from your location. It has more of those things. And I didn't mention it, but that is rewards based app. So the more sustainable trips that you record, you get these rewards, which can be used for local restaurants and businesses and services like haircuts and all different types of food and color me mine. And I think there's quite a lot of different rewards on there that you can use just for logging your trips to campus. You'll get these rewards. And then we do featured rewards every month, like drawings, or there'll be larger prizes like $25, $50 gift cards, things like that. So it's a really great app. We really encourage people to use it because it's free.
Great. Another question. Somebody says, they joined late. Can students buy the discounted public bus passes at school, and where do they purchase them?
Yes. So we have a 30-day pass and a 150-day pass. The more pass that you buy, the larger the discount is. And where you find those is actually through the BeachGo app this semester. You download the BeachGo app, verify your email that you're a student, and through there you'll go to the rewards category, and under featured you'll see both passes. that provides, if you click on one of them, it'll email you a discount code. And then when you purchase your bus pass, you use that discount code at checkout and you'll see the price drop from there. There's also, that's all listed on our website too, if you forget what I just said or if it sounded super complicated, or email us, call us, like we will happily walk you through it. We want students to be accessing those discounts. Oh, you're on
I was
mute there.
muted. Yep. That out. I don't currently see any other questions. I think we can give it just a minute and see if anybody has any last minute questions to submit. And then if not, I will take it over and wrap it up. So we'll just give it just a minute to see if anybody has any last minute questions. The question did come through. Is it now accessible to purchase a permit on the student portal?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Permits for the fall and the academic year went on sale on August the 1st.
When do permits for the spring go live?
They go live January 2nd.
Okay. How much does it cost to leave your car in parking over winter break?
If you are a resident on campus, you actually live on campus, you only have to sign the waiver. As long as you have a valid parking permit, you're able to leave your car on campus. But if you're a commute student, you're not able to leave your car overnight.
Currently, no more questions. Keep submitting your questions, folks, if you have them. Now is the time.
While we're waiting, I'll just continue to plug the website and social media. So it's
Yeah.
csulb.edu/parking for anything on our parking website, including sustainable transportation options and discounts. You can also follow us on either X, Instagram, or TikTok. We're at CSULB_parking, or you can send us a direct message and we'll, if you have a personal question or something, one of our staff will answer it. We have a chat bot on all of our pages, so if you don't want to talk to a human, you can ask the chat bot, and it'll give you pretty accurate information and direct you to the webpage to find more information about your question. So all those resources are available.
Awesome. And in the chat, I actually just dropped the Parking and Transportation Services website. So if folks want to access that, they absolutely can. We did get a couple other questions. Is there a discount for semester versus buying the annual permit?
No, the semester permit is just the annual permit divided by 2. So it just gives you more option to buy them one semester at a time, or you can buy them all at once and be done with it. But they're the same price.
Another question.
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah.
Can you read that again?
It says, could students leave their bikes in their car if living on campus?
I think that's a better question for housing. Again, anything left in a vehicle in plain sight is not advisable. I'm sure police would have an opinion about that. You should always just kind of secure your vehicle and not have goods or valuables in sight within the car. We have parking enforcement patrol, we have police patrols, but it's just a nature of most college campuses is there is crime, so you want to reduce your chances of that as best you can.
Awesome. Another question. If you have a resident permit and you want to watch a volleyball game on the weekend, can you drive closer and park in a general lot?
Yes, that's a great question. Resident permits are allowed or are valid in all general lots except G10. And the parking structures are also valid in the parking instructions. And then they're also valid in employee lots after 5:30 Monday through Friday and during the weekend. So yes, residents can park in general lots except G10 is the only one that they're not allowed to park.
And then I will say, like, if you just have a regular commuter permit as well, you can park on campus for any sporting event on campus. You don't need to pay an additional event parking fee. You have free reign of the campus for the semester in any of the lots specified. So feel free to attend campus events and use your general permit to do so.
Okay. I currently don't see any more questions, so I think that is it for now. I'll go ahead and take it back. I dropped a few different links in the chat for all of my attendees. So the very first link that you'll see is for parent and family orientation. We do parent and family orientation every day alongside the student SOAR experience. So if you have not attended parent and family orientation yet, we would really suggest that you do. It provides a lot of helpful information about helping your student get acclimated to the university and what resources do we provide for them, also for you. And it's very helpful. So you can find more information about parent and family orientation there. Our last day is August 12th. So you have a little over a week if you would like to join us for parent and family orientation any of our days. If you would like to sign up for our Beach Family newsletter, this is our free bi-weekly newsletter that comes out every 2 weeks to parents and families, keeping you informed about all things campus related, with quick links, with deadlines, things like that, all helpful information. And then lastly, we are recording the session. All of our Beach Connection sessions are recorded. This session will be recorded and posted onto our YouTube page by tomorrow. So you'll see this session if you'd like to review it tomorrow. It is available on our YouTube page, which is in the chat. So if you'd like to access that, you can click that link. But otherwise, that seems to be it. So it doesn't seem like we have any more questions. Thank you so much to Evelyn and Chad and Amy for jumping on with us to talk about parking and transportation and answer questions. It was really great to see you all, and thank you to our attendees for making the time to come on this afternoon. We appreciate it all so much. So thank you for making the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.